Settle into a comfortable position. Let your breath slow and allow your mind to drift back through time. Tonight, we journey to the rolling hills of Renaissance Italy, where a man named Galileo Galilei gazes up at the night sky with wonder. His discoveries will change the world, yet for now he is simply a seeker of knowledge, a dreamer among the stars. Close your eyes and let the story unfold. The night sky stretches above me, infinite and quiet, dotted with stars that seem to hum with an ancient, silent wisdom. I lean back, hands resting upon the cool stone of my balcony, the gentle winds of Tuscany whispering through the city. Tonight I write by candlelight, reflecting on the life of a man who dared to question the heavens. Galileo Galilei, born in 1564 in Pisa, a city of grand arches and flowing rivers. Galileo's world was one of tradition and expectation. His father, a musician and mathematician, instilled in him a love for patterns and precision. As a young boy, he marveled at the way objects moved, how pendulums swung with perfect rhythm, how the simplest things held secrets waiting to be unraveled. The world spoke in a language of numbers, and Galileo longed to understand its verses. His journey led him to the University of Pisa, where he studied medicine at his father's insistence. But the pulse he truly wished to measure was not that of the human body. It was the rhythm of nature itself. Mathematics, not medicine, called to him, and soon he began his own quiet rebellion, trading the study of ailments for the pursuit of knowledge that lay in the movements of the world around him. Galileo's mind was restless, ever questioning, ever pushing against the confines of what was known. In Florence and later Padua, he taught mathematics, but his true passion lay in experiments. He dropped spheres of different weights from the Leaning Tower of Pisa, proving that objects fall at the same rate regardless of their mass. He studied the arc of a swinging lamp in a cathedral, discovering the principles of pendulums, an insight that would one day shape the mechanics of timekeeping itself. But the heavens, that was where his true destiny awaited. It was in 1609 that Galileo first turned his newly crafted telescope to the sky, and what he saw changed everything. The moon was not a smooth, perfect orb, but a rugged, cratered world. Jupiter, that great and distant wanderer, had moons of its own, tiny stars that moved with a celestial grace around their giant master. And Venus, that bright jewel of the evening, waxed and waned like the moon, proof that it revolved around the sun. Saturn's mysterious rings, barely visible to his crude lens, hinted at wonders yet to be fully understood. Each discovery was a revelation, a glimpse into a universe far more complex than anyone had dared imagine. The old order of the universe trembled beneath his discoveries. For centuries, the earth had been seen as the center of all things, unmoving, ordained by divine structure. But Galileo saw a different truth, a vast and intricate dance where the earth, too, was but a traveler among many. He wrote of his findings, spoke of them with conviction, and in doing so, he drew the ire of the powerful. The church, keeper of tradition and authority, could not accept his revelations. To suggest that the earth moved was to question centuries of belief. Galileo was summoned to Rome, where he stood before the Inquisition, his mind as sharp as ever, but his voice weighed with the burden of defiance. Under threat of imprisonment and worse, he was forced to recant, to whisper words he knew were false. And yet, legend has it that as he rose, he muttered under his breath, "Eppur si muove," and yet it moves. The truth, once seen, could never be unseen. Confined to house arrest in his final years, Galileo continued to write, his mind still roaming the vast expanse of the cosmos. Blind but unbroken, he dictated his final works, ensuring that the knowledge he had uncovered would not be buried with him. He refined his studies on motion, laying the groundwork for Newton's laws that would come decades later. His legacy endured beyond the restrictions placed upon him, growing in strength as time unveiled the full magnitude of his contributions. Centuries have passed, and now we gaze upon the stars with the tools more powerful than he could have imagined. We send machines to other worlds, chart the great, swirling galaxies beyond our own. And still, at the heart of it all, Galileo's spirit endures, a man who looked up and saw not the will of the past, but the possibilities of the future. His name is whispered in observatories and echoed in the mathematics of modern physics, proof that curiosity, once sparked, never truly fades. Now close your eyes. Imagine the night sky as Galileo once saw it, endless, shimmering, full of questions yet to be answered. Feel the stillness, the peace of knowing that curiosity is eternal, that the universe stretches far beyond our grasp, and yet, in our wonder, we are never far from it. Rest now, beneath the same stars that he once studied, and let your dreams drift among them, as if carried by the same celestial forces that once guided his hand.